I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
The vision of Doral Academy Charter Middle High School is to set the standard for outstanding student achievement while providing a safe and nurturing academic environment.
Rise and shine, Firebirds. I'm Taylor Blanche. Today is Friday, December 11th, 2020, and welcome back to our 12th edition of our weekly show, The Rise. Today, we'll keep you updated as we near our last week before the winter break. This weekend's weather will be a little bit warmer than what we had during this week, with a high of 80 and a low of 69. Coming up on today's show, Gabriela Ramirez with an insight of what we've been doing at Firebird TV to practice our craft, Veronica Silvosa with some tips for how to fall asleep, a sit-down with Ms. Alvarez and Corina Buyos on their perspective of Zoom learning, and Alyssa Zabala giving you all things trending on your timeline this week. All this and more coming up on The Rise. In national news, the Federal State Commission and the Attorney Generals from nearly every U.S. state sued Facebook on Wednesday. They filed two separate lawsuits over the company's abusive power in the social media world and call for Facebook to divest Instagram and WhatsApp. The lawsuits also accuse Facebook for anti-competitive practices as they've crushed smaller rivals and for harvesting the data of their users. In local news, as of Wednesday, the Fort Lauderdale-Hollywood International Airport is not providing COVID-19 tests in order for their travelers to feel more safe in the airport and because of certain destination requirements. The site is offering a rapid antigen test which can yield results in just 30 minutes and a more accurate PCR test that gets results in 48 hours. However, this is only open to passengers who can provide proof of any upcoming flights from either Fort Lauderdale or Miami and Palm Beach International airports. Here at Firebird TV, we thrive on teamwork, and with distance learning, that's not always easy. Here's Gabriela Ramirez with how we've adapted and created a new way to learn.
Since distant learning, it has been hard to connect with each other. Here at Firebird TV, we have integrated workshops led by our seniors to continue growing our passion and gaining their knowledge.
I guess what we're trying to say is that the most important thing is to continue growing and learning, and we hope that these sessions with seniors will help you do just that.
Not only does it help us, like for example, for the first workshops, it was about producing a show and creating a package. Not only do those help us in like future jobs in the broadcasting field, but the most recent one about sound also helps us create better content.
A huge part of FBTV is the fact that it's almost entirely student run. Everyone helps one another by passing on the tricks that we've learned from the past onto who we are as a program now. It's all about working on our craft and continuing to learn and grow. So we feel like these workshops are our way of getting to the underclassmen and just showing them what we learned in the past and how they could take away from it.
With these workshops, we hope to expand the knowledge of our future club members. Signing off from Firebird TV, I'm Gabriela Ramirez.
Once you're ready to fall asleep after a long day's work, it can be hard to find rest. Luckily, Veronica Silvosa has some tips on how to catch some Z's.
Are you having trouble falling asleep? Would you like to know how to fall asleep faster so that you don't wake up with eye bags as dark as the coffee you have to drink to stay awake? Well, let's get started. This technique may seem really basic, but it actually helps people out more than you would think.
Well, what is it?
Try counting from 1 to 100. And if you don't happen to fall asleep right away, count backwards from 100 to 1.
It's not working.
Aside from the fact that you should have waited a little longer, I have a few more tips. Now, take deep breaths and tense your muscles from your feet all the way up to your head. And slowly Release each muscle and feel your worries melt away as you reach this state of relaxation.
I like this one so much better. I feel like I'm in my own personal spa.
Well, luckily for you, I have one final thing that may help you just in case. Sometimes when falling asleep, you just need to completely separate yourself from reality. And the best way to do this is by listening to nature sounds or bedtime stories that you can find on Spotify or the podcast app. Oh, you're asleep already? Well, signing off, that was Veronica Silvosa.
Over the past 9 months, being in our computers has become essential to keep connected with our academics and loved ones. Here's Ms. Alvarez and Corina Buyos with their points of view on Zoom learning.
My views on Zoom learning is it's challenging. It's a new way of teaching. Even though, believe it or not, a lot of students have been watching YouTube or TikTok, so they're kind of used to the whole social media or being online for teaching, to learn something. But now it takes it to a different level for the teacher and the student because we're online for X amount of time. So it has its challenges, whether losing focus or the connection activity. But other than that, it's a new way. It's what we got to do right now due to the situation. That's kind of a difficult question because it is challenging for teachers and it's hard when you have a student that doesn't understand. And how do you communicate yourself across and really get that student to understand or get engaged, even if you do one-on-one? So the challenges is making sure that the student is actively engaged, understands your lesson or understands your concept. And sometimes when that connection's not there, it presents another level of difficulty for the teacher and the student. So it's becoming the teacher has to become very resourceful.
Yes, 100%. I think I completely agree with that. It's definitely a challenge, what you were saying with like the connection and reaching out because you don't want to be perceived as like, oh, I don't get it. Like you might be dumb. It's obviously very it could cause you to be very insecure about what you don't get. And I think everybody has like their different struggles, but in the end of the day, it's definitely a challenge for everybody.
It can be hard to keep up with all the latest trends throughout each social media platform. Fortunately, we have Alyssa Zabala to update us on all the latest happenings.
Good morning, Firebirds. I'm Alyssa Zabala, here to keep you up with what's been trending all week in the media world. The end of each year marks the end of many big things. And in this case, I'm talking about those big shows on Netflix like The Office and Gossip Girl, along with movies like The Notebook and all of the Back to the Future and Indiana Jones movies. Now, although you won't be able to watch them on Netflix anymore, you can still watch them on other streaming platforms. However, I don't think they'll feel the same. First teased before his Super Bowl halftime show, J Balvin's Air Jordan 1 Colores y Vibras, or Colors and Vibes collaboration, was finally released this past Tuesday. Between the rainbow canvas design, smiley faces, and pink soles, the shoes are definitely a unique pair to say the least. This partnership is a noteworthy one, as he's the first Latino artist to collaborate with the Jordan brand. Boxing fans, mark your calendars and get out your wallets, because on February 20th, there will be a fight you won't want to miss. That is because one of the all-time greats, Floyd Mayweather, will be jumping back into the ring for a super exhibition against YouTuber Logan Paul. Now, even though Logan hasn't really had a successful boxing career so far, with his 0-1 record, you still won't want to miss it. That's all for this week's trending topics. Now here are your weekly announcements.
There will be middle school tutoring provided by Key Club in Miss Maria Suarez's Zoom from 4 to 6 p.m. On Monday and Tuesday, there will be a JV baseball information meeting from 3:30 to 6 p.m. in the Firebird baseball field. Next week is Holiday Spirit Week. Starting with Ugly Sweater Day on Monday, make sure to show your holiday spirit. Remember, Doral Academy and Performing Arts applications are open. Don't forget to apply. Yearbooks are available for purchase. Check out the Firebird Yearbook Instagram bio for more information. That's all for this edition of The Rise. Don't forget to follow us on all of our social media at Firebird TV for all the latest updates. From all of us here at Firebird TV, we hope you have an amazing weekend and a successful last week of school of 2020.